Okay, so that's JosefVStalin, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 2, and we're coming in about a year after we last left off, and a lot has happened. I've got a lot to fill you in on. The tides have turned drastically in my favor. As you can see, looking at India here, last time you saw me I was about here, but now I own, about 3/4 of India, and have the Allied armies on the run, about to completely encircle. I'm not even sure how many divisions are going to be in here. Maybe like 50, and completely obliterate the Allied army. Also, the Chinese finally got off their asses and have decided to help me in pushing out these Allied armies out of China. I was able to cut them off by taking this province, and now what remains here is being pushed back, and also from the mountains we're going to push down, hopefully having our armies link up in a fantastic encircling maneuver. Took New Guinea, and having my Marines reform and reorganize themselves for the invasion of Australia. And biggest of all, in a back room with smoky mirrors, me and the United States have signed a separate peace. And so me and the United States are at peace. I'll show you what basically had them maintain a peace. Is what happened is, see this province here where I've got like a whole bunch of divisions, Zeland or whatever. Basically, they landed a huge army there, and what I did, and they had a huge navy here, and what I did was I took my navy, cut them off in this gulf, and eventually brought in my armies from China and everywhere else, and surrounded and crushed about 25 divisions and a huge amount of the U.S. fleet. In fact, I believe I saved the game. Like there, I'll show you the exact situation that we were facing. Alright, so flashback here. This is about 2 months before. This was April. This is April 11th, 1944, and where I was before was, I believe, July 23rd, 1944. So just a sec. Let's turn off fog of war so I can show you what exactly happened. There we go. So you can see the United States had about I don't know, looks like to be about 20 divisions here, a massive fleet, and a whole bunch of airplanes. And as soon as they landed a huge army here, and then as you can see I've got an army here attacking this base, and eventually I overcame them. And as you can see, I've got a small but very powerful navy blockading this Gulf here, so the United States can't bring any more troops, and the troops that are there can't escape, and the navies that are there can't escape. And eventually I was able to overcome this force, destroy everything, all the fleets, all the armies, all the air force, and it was just a huge blow to the United States. And it was from that blow that allowed us to sign a peace deal. So let's go back to where we were before. So back again, and like I said, after the botched U.S. landing, I decided that it was time to sign a peace deal, because again, like I said, I was overextended and I didn't want another landing to happen, and I wanted to take out the British in Burma and hopefully invade Australia and New Zealand, and then turn to the United States. So to keep myself focused on one thing at a time. But basically, they conceded all their islands to me, including Hawaii, so I'm now the legal owner of Hawaii and all these islands in the Pacific. The only thing they wanted in return was this island up here, and I'm not sure why. That was the only way I could get them to sign a peace, was to let them maintain control of that island. And so I gave it to them. I'm not too worried about it. It's pretty, there's no resources, no ports. It's pretty strategically insignificant, so I decided I would cede that province to the United States. And also looking at the Russian front, Germany is just kicking the crap out of the Soviet Union. They're extending closer and closer to the Ural Mountains, moving down into the Caucasus, and it's not looking good. Also, the British tried to land some troops in Norway. Didn't work out so well. The Germans beat them back, and now they're all trapped up here. And sometimes also the United States tries to land a force in Vichy, France, but not today. I guess they were too busy trying to focus on me, and then when they lost all their armies and navies, it was quite a legendary debacle for them. I'm going to move these fleets back. And also got to talk about a couple things. People want to know what I was going to do with the nuke. I guess I didn't explain what I was going to do with my atomic research. I must have gotten sidetracked by something. But in all honesty, what do you think I'm going to do with it, with the nuclear bomb? I'm going to blow shit up. I want to have kind of the ultimate irony. Instead of the United States dropping 2 bombs in Japan, it's going to be Japan dropping 2 bombs in the United States. So, nuclear research is going ahead at full speed. And, I was also talking about something a couple Let's Plays back. I was talking about how, the Italians actually, when the Germans invaded France, the Italians actually declared war on France and tried to invade from the south as well. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've said this before, the Italians had a pretty useless army. And they were thrown back by the French, who were simultaneously getting their ass kicked by the Germans. And somehow the Italians weren't able to take South France. Also, they got their ass kicked by the Greeks as well. They got their ass kicked by the British. They pretty much were the worst country in World War II. They pretty much just sucked it hard on every front that they tried to battle in. Sorry, before I really start this game, there's a bunch of stuff that people keep asking me that I gotta answer. People also want to know, they're asking me to do a tutorial for this game. I thought I explained it fairly well in the first couple parts, but I don't know what I could tell you guys that I didn't say in the first in the first couple parts. I mean, pretty much if you the great thing about this game is if you know your history, you'll be able to prevail, because what worked historically is going to work in this game, and what didn't work historically is not going to work in this game. So, like I said, if you're able to look at the mistakes and the tactics used of the day, you should be able to do fairly well at this game. And also, people keep telling me to do this and that, and keep giving me suggestions. Please stop. It drives me nuts, and I don't need any help with the game. I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. So please stop sending me tips and whatever else. Because in case you didn't know, you cannot lose when Stalin is on your side. So no matter what, I will prevail in the end, and I will crush all oppositions. And I don't need your guys' help doing it. So please stop sending me those kind of messages. It's really annoying. And, what else? I don't think I've got anything more to say for now. I'm gonna, again, after giving you this brief update, gonna play a little bit further into the game. Gonna get my invasion army ready for the invasion of Australia. And I guess I'll tell you my plan to invade Australia. My plan is to attack. Main force will land at Sydney. Take the capital of Canberra. Basically, all their industrial capacity is situated in this corner of Australia, and if I am able to take that, I will essentially be able to end this war quickly. I tried to invade Australia before. I invaded from right up here, up in Darwin, and it took forever, just because it takes forever to walk around all Australia. But if I attack here, this is their main industrial base, and without an industrial base, they can't fight a war, so I'm going to take that from them. Also, I'm not going to annex Australia. I'm just going to beat them into becoming a puppet state of mine. I don't want to, because I don't want to try and take every single province in Australia, because that would be a pain in the ass, considering that means I gotta walk into these deserts and take all the deserts. So I'm just gonna make them a puppet state. Probably do the same with New Zealand too, and then from there